over Denzel.
Well, hello there, lovely people. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, how y'all doing? I'm glad y'all clicked on the video. Thank you, thank you. Please like, share, subscribe. It's free. It really is. It's free, right? It really is. Anyway, so I wanted to come in here and talk about Saucy Santana and Doja Cat. So first thing is first, right? I am going to pull out the Doja Cat thing. Wait a minute now. Oh, you know what? Okay, so let me read y'all what they said about Santana real quick, and then we're gonna look into Doja Cat because the Santana thing ain't that long. Okay, so fans, let me move this out the way. Fans are confused and concerned after a viral video appeared to show Saucy Santana leaving out of a Waffle House on a stretcher. You know what? Sometimes them, what's them sandwiches with the cheese and the meat melts that'll do it to you. And then he posted this about just a few hours later, bitch, I'm back. Okay, nobody knows how to keep social media laughing, talking, and gagging like Santana. But this latest viral moment has the internet in an uproar after reports that he had collapsed. All hip hop reports all hip hop reports in unverified video allegedly showing first responders removing the Miami rapper from an Atlanta Waffle House on a gurney. The cause of the medical emergency was unclear, but fans hoped their fave would make a full recovery. All right, so you got posting of people saying prayers up, Santana seen leaving the Waffle House on a stretcher after allegedly passing out. I hope Santana is okay. What's going on? Some people wasted no time firing off jokes, but many worried about his safety and the lack of privacy in such a vulnerable moment. That is true, right? Hours later, Santana took to social media with a new post, but it wasn't the update anyone expected. The Love and Hip Hop Miami star didn't just assure supporters that he's going to make a full recovery. In the video, he announced, Bitch, I'm back, and jumped out the bed, rapping a song from his upcoming album. A hospital gown from a hospital room didn't stop Santana from flipping and whipping his luxurious long bundles. Um, then he flipped the script from the hospital gown to a black gown with thigh high slit as he ran back to the verse on a balcony. The caption stated the halt. Oh, wait a minute now. Was this all just a publicity stunt? Okay, but the caption stated that Halt Sauce. The album drops September 24th, and it does sound hype based on his snippets, but what's going on here? All right. So, I mean, why not use the attention since you're getting it? As much as we love to see Santana already back at his best and baddest, the promotion raises questions online about whether the timing was a coincidence or confirmation that his medical emergency was only a scheme set up by Tide. Don't let that be, because that might just piss people off. You never know how somebody might take that, right? So Saucy just came back from the dead to tell us we still not that girl. One commenter joke, quoting one of many viral moments from the late influencer. Oh yeah, Roland Ray. He was so sad. Oh baby, that was sad, huh? Like it just came out of nowhere. Like people forgot all about Roland Ray, and then when you start thinking about him, he was dying. Oh, he had dead. He had died. He was dead. Okay, it's hard to tell whether Santana really plays too much or actually flipped an unfortunate medical issue into securing the bag even better for his new album. The Here We Go hitmaker went on to post teasers of two more songs. He seemed to feel better enough by Sunday night to throw. Hold on, wait, the commercial came on. Hold on, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, Sunday night to throw that butt with a bottle of hen. Mm-hmm. Good or bad, Santana definitely has everyone's attention now. All right, let's see. Um, the last time a situation like this happened, Tamar Braxton shared that she almost died in quotations from a mysterious medical emergency. Where is Tamar? She really did disappear, huh? A week later, while The public still wondered what happened. Her accounts posted a teaser starring Love and Hip Hop Atlanta's Mendeezy for her upcoming EP Heartbreak Retrograde. Fans were already blaming Funky Dineva because he was last seen with the singer hours before the incident, which left her bloody and with missing teeth. When she didn't clear his name online, he accused his former friend of letting him become collateral damage in a PR stunt. Tamar and her dentist had to speak out about the suspected bout of sleepwalking as the cause of her injuries to shut down the speculation. The beefing back and forth and bullying turned so nasty that Tamara tearfully declared she would cancel the album release and her whole music career. Did she say her whole music career or just that? Oh, okay. She explained that she wasn't online doing the drama with Diva because she was in a hospital for a week. By that time, it seemed too late for the Fed Up star to salvage her friendship or previously planned project. Well, I thought that wasn't that ATL said that they seen her in the club that Friday night? Like they had a picture with her in the club, so she wasn't in the hospital. Santana, no, look, allegedly. Santana knows how to deliver the drama like he consistently comes through with the hits. So there's no telling if he'll clear the air or just let people keep guessing or dancing. At least the booty baddie lives to twerk another day. Okay, 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 okay. I mean, I enjoy Santana. When I'm on TikTok, I'll go and I'll peek in and see what he got going on. You know, the boy got to pay his rent. What can we say? Anyway, so let's take a look. Producer, put that down. Thank you. So let's take a look. We're gonna skip through this interview that Doja Cat do, so we ain't gonna listen to the whole thing. Just come on.
Records, state and spell your name.
Okay. Amala. Do I say Doja Cat? I do. Of course I do.
Well, what do you want me to call you?
Call me Doja.
Call me Madam.
Doja.
Yes. Or Doja.
Why did you feel, and it seems as almost you knew that an alias was the way to go. Why so?
I think that I wanted to separate myself from my work, and it just felt safer to me to do that. Like being separate from it would give me somewhere to sort of escape to. Like when I wanted to make music, I didn't have to necessarily like be myself almost. Like I could talk about being cheated on while I'm not being cheated on, or I could talk about, when I'm writing about situations in general. I'm not really always pulling from my personal life.
I love how she stays in character, not how she's speaking, but the costume, like the attire, because she's promoting the '80s, so she's been just '80s decked out. So yeah.
I find that fascinating because not many artists of a certain age understand that. Because a lot of people do draw from their personal life. They pour it into the page. They pour it into their writing. But to be intentional about not doing that, there's that took something special out of you.
Yeah.
How did you know?
I don't know. I didn't know. And I don't know. I just it just felt like something I had to do in that moment. Yeah, I always wanted to create different themes and characters throughout, even elementary, middle school. Like I would dress up as certain things. I remember I came into class one time dressed up as Santa Claus in elementary school. I think it was first grade or something. I don't know, but I'm always wanting to create a character, create some sort of narrative and theme and world.
Fantasy.
World building.
So this room has some special meaning. I mean,
Yes.
spend some time here.
Yeah.
This is Electric Lady Studios. I love that name.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good name.
Where did you spend your time? Was it
On that couch, and 0% here in front of the control boards. I don't know how any of this works. I know each of these little things here are a track, but that's as far as my knowledge goes.
But I mean, take me from this to when you first start. I mean, you were doing it all.
Yeah, so I came in here after I made a couple songs in LA, and then I came in here and started working with Jack Antonoff, and it was just super easy to kind of get into my element here. Like, I remember, I feel like the first song that we made could have been One More Time. It could have been Stranger, and I'm not sure, but I know, like, it was immediate. Like, it just felt very comfortable working here. I love that, like, this upstairs area is the best area because you get the outdoors. There's a basement area, which is, like, iconic. A lot of artists from the past have worked down there that are, like, legends. And so it's incredible, but you kind of get a stairwell, but that's fine. At least there's something. But I love being up here because you get.
I wonder how much they studio hours cost. 'Cause it just sounds expensive. I'm just asking. If you know, put it in the comments. Thank you.
Some sunlight, and we hang out on the patio and stuff like that, and so it's been nice.
Did you draw from the energy of those who came before?
Every time I go in the bathroom, which is like lined with faces of like legends, I'm sitting there and I'm like peeing and I'm like, oh, could this be me? I don't know. Maybe not. But it's a very cool studio, and yeah, Jimi Hendrix was, I think it was Jimi Hendrix who worked here, and I don't want to mess it up. I was going to say another artist, but I'm not sure.
Go ahead.
So Jimmy was here. Could have been Lenny Kravitz. I don't know.
Was Lenny Kravitz here?
He may have lived here. Somebody lived here. It was Jimmy for sure. Worked here, but someone lived here.
And Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay, I just have to go here because you brought it up. What is it about you and sharing your urinary track?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the Grammy moment was so...
Oh, yeah. It's a pattern, isn't it?
Oh, my gosh. What was that? Were you nervous? Were you...
I overshare. I'm a bit of an oversharer. I think that I just don't have enough shame. And maybe...
People need to bring shame back. I mean, people really need to bring shame back because there's just a lot of shameful stuff going on. There's just a lot of shameful. People have lost their minds.
Yeah, it could have been that. I wanted to be honest, and I don't know.
My friends used to say, Michelle, filter.
Yeah.
Filter.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's like it doesn't matter because it's like everybody pees, right?
Yeah.
If you overshare certain things like trauma dumping in certain situations, maybe isn't helpful to you in every instance, but it gives people an idea of like what you don't care about hearing. Like I connect with people in that way when I'm.
What y'all think? Y'all think that it's oversharing when people trauma dump? Like, what if you just make them feel comfortable and they're like, you know what? I want to tell you what happened to me when I was like 16, 17. Not saying anything, dealing with like, someone essaying them. But I mean, just trauma dump. This guy that just always cheated and it just took a minute to get her strength back. What if she, you just seem so nice and she want to come and talk to you? You don't want to talk to her? You don't want to hear what she talking about? You don't care? Damn. Ooh. All right. I agree. I do agree. Take that. I don't want to hear about it, child. I ain't telling you about mine. Don't tell me about yours.
Like, I have to go take a piss. Then they're like, oh, okay, she's like one of those where she's like going to tell me she has to go take a piss. And she's going to tell me everything. I don't know. I'm an open book.
You feel that way?
Yeah.
What comes in? I've looked, I've watched, I've listened, and I have to say, you have such a wide range in terms of what you cover. And you have a wide range in terms of what you share. And and before I kind of go into that, because it's like this is a free-flowing conversation, but I sense that that imagination can take you anywhere. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you start. Like, how does that process flow for you? Because I know you're more so into, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's the music that drives you, not so much the lyrics of the moment.
Yeah, it's not always lyrics. I think that I start off with sort of mumbles every time I write, but not every time. There's some times where there's things I really want to talk about, and for this album, it kind of has been that way. I've been trying to follow a recipe of like staying I'm not confined, what's the word, but more cohesive and wanting to like talk about love in all of its aspects. Loving others, being in a relationship, and also your relationship with yourself. I think music is just always, it's a lot of that, you know? We don't talk about blowing bubblegum bubbles and flying kites. Like, what's that one place? What's that one band from the 70s? Free Design. Like, that's really cool music because it doesn't talk about that all the time. But I love to talk about love. I love to talk about, you know, relationships and dynamics and things like that. And this is kind of that, you know.
So the album is called?
It's called V.
Okay, real quick. Did y'all hear that Beyonce album for her Act 3 was stolen and they caught the guy who did it and he sold it to somebody else and they don't know who got it? Did y'all hear? Did y'all hear that they say that the album is worth $1 billion? $1 billion. I'm not even surprised. But if this is true, what would you even do? You get what I'm saying? Now you got the album. What you gonna do? You can't try to blackmail them for it. You get what I'm saying? If you release it, they gonna find out where you at. So it's like you really ain't got too much of nothing. You might as well just go on and return and just say you found it. And don't ask no questions. Get you a lawyer. Say, hey, my client said they found it. They willing to return it. They want some money for it. That's all I'm saying. What would you do? Drop a comment. Like, share, subscribe, please. Don't make me out here big. I'm begging.
Why V?
It means life in French, and it evolved from. Yeah.
Give me life. Like it. Share, subscribe. You've been here at least 8 minutes because it's 8 minutes into the video.
Yeah. Tu es ma vie. Yeah. All of that. So I think it came from the number 5. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to get a 5 tatted on me, and instead I chose Roman numerals, and I liked the 3 V's a lot, and it reminded me of Scarlet in the way it kind of like came off the back of it. It had like an upside down A for Amala, but it was also the, what is that? From the Scarlet Letter. Mm-hmm. It's the upside down A or like a red A or something like that. And so I wanted to kind of morph that into V, what's a word that starts with a V, and then I chose V in French because that means life, and I feel like you can't have life without love. You can't create life. You can't bring life into a room without there being love. Also, just like quite literally, you can't make life without making love.
Hey.
And so I really liked the idea of that, and I also like the way the word looks, just that beautiful V, and then the I, the dot, and the E, and swishes, and I have it in cursive on my rib cage. It's like the main thing for the whole rollout.
Are you happy with everything you make, or
not all the time? No, but I'm happy with it in the moment, and then it's the way that I grow with it that has always been a bit of a challenge or a learning process. It takes a while for me to, like, it's weird with Say So and Kiss Me More and things like that. I mean, more so Say So. That was like my number 1 song, like my first number 1 ever. And I kind of like hated it a little bit for like a while. Because it was just always knocking at my ear, and hearing it in the car, I was like, oh, this is great, but I've heard this now 1,000,000 times. And I love to change my tune and my vibe a lot. So it's like sticking to something for what felt like forever just felt, like a lot.
What's it like for you on tour when you're singing those songs over and over
Yeah,
and over again?
again, it's like it just is like constant, like the same thing every day, and I want to kind of change my vibe, but like it's taken till kind of the beginning of this album, to like appreciate my older stuff. I think it was a return to that, because Scarlet was sort of like this, like just a release of energy that was very different from all of that, and so I feel like I'm just in a place where I want to do what I know. And I know that those first two albums, well, the first three, were kind of all coinciding with each other. And so V feels like an evolved version of all of those things.
So for you, what is the relationship between creativity and virality?
So it's interesting because, what was my answer? It's like, of course I want to world build. And I think that it takes an immense amount of creativity to world build with not that much money. I'm just going to say it. And I think that there's sometimes like, I don't do songs with the intention of them getting big. I think I tend to lean into melodies that sound quite pop. And I'm inspired by a lot of pop artists from the past. So I think that it tends to just naturally flow in that way. But I get mad at my biggest songs, I think, and it's been a pattern. Like, I was not the biggest fan of Say So after Say So came out, and then Paint the Town Red. You can ask all my managers, they were like, this is our favorite song, and I'm like, yeah, but what about Skull and Bones? What about Shut-Yo? What about this one? What about... And it's just something that, like, when I know something is going to be big, I think there's I get triggered. There's like a bit of fear behind that, because I know what that comes with. And so I tend to I'm like, yeah, that song sounds like it would play in a JCPenney. Okay, all right. But I'm not mad at that, because it makes me money and that I can use to put forward into my vision visually. And I am a visual artist. And so it gives me freedom to world build. And I love making the music. It's after I make the music that I'm like, all right, I'm moving on.
You have a real appreciation for the melody, the cadence, the beat.
Yeah.
And you spoke of it before. It's like what comes out of you, and you wanting to put the music in the forefront.
Yeah.
And the words have less meaning than the song itself.
Right. I think so that I tend to speak of my music in the sense of like, I like this because it sounds good, not because it's speaking to me lyrically. And I think that's how I attach to music in ways. And I am a lyricist, and at times I'm a great lyricist. And then at times I don't know what I'm saying. I put it there because it feels right, and then maybe I regret it later. But I love to just love what I'm hearing, and like not sit and expect something or expect them.
So I have to download this album. I haven't listened to it yet. How much time we got left? I don't know. Let me see here. I can do another 6 minutes. All right.
Message or expect something profound. I think when I go into music, like listening to other people's music that way, I don't get much out of it. Those should always come by surprise, and there's very few and far between writers who can do that. So, I mean, it's all about how it sounds to me. And I wanted for this project to have more instruments. And so we worked with a lot of saxophone and a lot of other things. I don't even know what they're called. But Jack Antonoff is really great when it comes to sourcing musicians. So this was that.
So, I mean, like, so many people want to pigeonhole artists, and I just find this generation is breaking the mold on that. I mean, there's so many categories you hit. And when you think of that, what is it about your generation?
I think that coming out of like the 90s, I think that there was a hope for the future, and artists were doing everything and playing a lot with irony. And I think that it's just gotten more and more ironic over the years, like rappers wearing skirts and pop pop people wearing, like rappers wearing skirts was a big one, and dresses, like that was, and being in touch with their feminine side. And I think that irony is what catapulted my generation and generations to come forward, is people who are not, following a path that is expected for them. I think it's more than just like being androgynous and things like that. But that's, in the 80s, that was the thing. It was like Prince was on top. He still is. It's like embracing parts of yourself that are real and true, without being apologetic. I think that's what allowed people to be more experimental, and I feel like that's what shaped me in a way, where I feel like there are no barriers.
So rap, pop, jazz, R&B, is there a genre that does not define you?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you didn't no, go there, girl. What won't you do?
Country.
Okay. I just have a feeling that at some point in time you're gonna go there. Yeah. I'm gonna come back and say, we're not. Yeah. So not country, but if there was one that you would say best reflects your music, what would it be?
I think pop. I think I'm a rapper that makes pop music.
Why does pop get such a bad rap?
Because it's popular. I think anything that does, pop does root for the underdog, but at the end of the day, it's popular. And it's pop music. We make pop music about the underdog. I think people want to feel like they can relate to something. And pop can be so out of like this reality. It's like, it's glam, it's camp, it's, and it's going to be redefined in the future, but I think people look at pop and they're like fast fashion, or I'm at the mall and I'm bored and something like that sometimes. People need that though. People need some sort of plainness, because life is very chaotic. Not to say that my music is plain or anyone's music is plain, but it's, we need that. We need the contrast between what is edge and what is not edge. And sometimes pop is edgy, sometimes pop is camp, like I said. So I feel like I have what's part of it. And also going back to pop music, I think there's a narrative on like Twitter and stuff like that, where it's like, oh, she's going back to pop music because the other thing didn't work, which doesn't make sense because it felt so good to do that. And we did such an incredible set of tours for that project, and it's just, I felt like I won. I felt so good doing all of that. And now I'm back where I know I can thrive, and doing new things with that too, even.
So I just find people always want to be success or failure, and the pattern of growth is never in consideration. That whether it's success or failure, the growth that happens in those moments, or in the in between.
Yeah, it's like you have to love your spirit, love on yourself in order to grow at all. And sometimes that love means to either step back or try something new that may not work, or people might not understand, and you have to listen to yourself, not what's happening outside and what people are demanding of you. And so, it's important.
This has been so fun.
I loved this. This was
great.
Wonderful.
It really was.
That was absolutely adorable, and I love Doja Cat. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in, but I have kept you guys.
This is the quickest way to clear out stuck poop.